Mic check, 1, 2, check, check. I see you, Confurioso, I see you. Guys, welcome back to Hellstorm Wargaming. I hope you are having a fantastic day. We are gathered here today to remember the good version of Warhammer 8th edition, before the dark times, before FAQ 2. Alright, Gaming says, I'm so salty about the flip belt nerf. I totally understand. Furiosa says, my Smash Captain salty. It's the one of the world. The sky is falling. Yes, indeed. So I hope you're all having a great day. I am not having a good day. For many reasons. One, I have a terrible cold. I'm pretty sure I contracted Spanish flu whilst in Gibraltar. I got a bit of a tan. You can see that the colorization of the webcam is actually terrible. Saw that white balance out. There we go. I'm more like a human. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure I've got Spanish flu. I decided I want to treat you to a live stream just out of nowhere. I thought I'd give you a live stream. And while setting up, I decided to chuck a coffee all over my desk. And nearly actually destroy all my computer, all my streaming equipment, actually everything, all at the same time. So yeah, if this live stream goes down and it doesn't come back up, consider Hellstorm Wargaming done, because my computer will have fried itself. I have checked it. I'm getting a good old wipe down. Got a straw and sucked up all the old coffee. But yeah, the coffee is the tan. Yeah, exactly. And then finally, you know, just a little thing happened. Just a little thing. The bloody FAQ came out, and it is actually terrible. What the actual hell is this crap, right? I am actually so triggered. I'm so salty. I'm triggered. I actually hate it. It's like post-work salt fest, exactly, Lord of Cola. Honestly, it's like we've been telling GW for months. You know, soup is bad. Soup is bad for the game, right? You know, taking all the best bits from every codex and smashing it into one army and getting hundreds of CPs for days is terrible, all right? Being able to take any Eldar unit and being able to use it multiple times per turn is actually broken, and it is actually ridiculous. And now you've given them stratagems, which makes them even worse, because you don't even need to take a patrol detachment of wave serpents, even though you're gunner anyway, because the -1 to hit. It's actually stupid. The hit stuff that wasn't much of an issue and left the guard left the Imperial Guard 180 friend battalion. It did. It's so stupid. So what we asked for CPs that only affect the detachment or faction they are from. Easy fix, right? Imperial Guard battalions basically all go on eBay unless they're actually guard players, right? What else did we ask for? you know, we asked for Witht to be toned down because Witht was actually ridiculous, and then you could gain more CP out of it. Maybe Witht got fixed. I don't know. Maybe you might think, well, Witht isn't that good anymore because. But no, what did they do? What did they do, everybody? They nerfed Space Marines again. Why? Why did you nerf Space Marines again? We're struggling.
And the trumpets, they go.
Fucking legend.
Hi, shitters.
Moon Tyranid, thank you so much for the 15 months in a row. Oh my god, what? You're an actual legend, you know that, don't you? 15 months. We've only been on Twitch as you know. Oh, I'm actually so triggered. We've only been an affiliate for 15 months, and Moon Tyranid has actually kept it up. Simple answer was I've lost it. Simple answer was to make it so you only gain access to stratagems via your Warlord's Codex. Boom! Fix! Your boy Apollo, thank you for following, man. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, the Chad Wocket, I totally agree. I actually totally agree. It is just, what are they doing? What are they playing at? I just read the Raven Guard strat nerf. Yes, and Alpha Legion. They both got the same nerf, and it's actually stupid. To be fair, they just finished. Raven, Castellan plus infinite CP is dead. Vex strat was fixed. They just broke everything else because you can't fly over models when you charge. No, you can't. Fly is actually useless. Why? Oh dear. Bon Clodger, thank you for subscribing on YouTube, my dude. Okay, right. What we're gonna do today is I'm gonna bitch and moan about most parts of this FAQ. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go through the big FAQ 2 and see what's changed. We're gonna go through the rule book, and then after that, depending on what time it is, if I've been ranting for 3 hours, we'll probably call it a day. If not, I have actually opened every single Codex tab, and we're gonna go through the changes. We're not gonna go through every single bit of an FAQ, but we're gonna go through everything that's magenta. Okay, that's what we're gonna do today. Confurious says Mikey Alpha Legion was so OP they needed a nerf. Kappa. Right, one more bitch, and then we'll start. Right, I can't use Gulliman at Warhammer World because I have a reputation, right? Because mine's red and everyone else's is blue. But it's not. They're not all blue. They're all different colours because no one actually cares about painting them the right colours. But I emailed and asked, and I can't use Ultramarines now. So I use Raven Guard to be different and do alright with them, even though they are shit, right? They are actually terrible because, you know, Raven Guard's really good, but you've got a terrible Codex to go with it. And guess what? Can't even do that anymore because they've nerfed it. Okay. First the Blood Ravens and now they changed Space Marines. Okay. Right. I think we're there. Okay, we've done. We've calmed down. Neil, honestly, mate, me and you are going to be having words if you carry on. Right. I've just calmed down. Right, we're going to go through the FAQ. Okay? We're going to go through it. Finalized match play rules. The Battleborough's match play rules introduced as a beta version back in spring 2018. This is now the final form. And looking at it, I actually don't see any changes, which is fine, you know, because it was, honestly, that rule wasn't bad. It was okay. It worked, it did the job. It stopped soup completely. It stopped you taking Supreme Command detachments with Celestine in and crap like that, which just wasn't needed. Now you're going to take it as a -1 CP. However, I have been informed that they haven't fixed Cypher and the Fallen, so you can only take them as a patrol detachment because they don't share anything. I hope he doesn't get a stroke with Snowy while basically I am not very far away. Okay, in addition, the following two match play rules, as confirmed in the spring update, continue to apply. So as far as I'm aware, these haven't actually changed. Music's a bit too loud. Okay, 1 second. What I'll do is I'll turn the music down. And then I'll turn the alerts up so we can hear those. Is that better? Is that better? I apologise. You didn't want to hear me rant and swear at the beginning anyway. So, yeah. Let me know if that's better, boys. And then I'll carry on. Look at that. Boom. 2 of you on it. Okay. Hey, Max. How you doing, dude? Yeah, sorry about that, Austin. I've sorted it now. Sorted. Cool. Are we all there? Nah, just yell out. I know you want to. Honestly, I really, really want to shout. But I have neighbours. Okay. So, psychic focus and targeting characters haven't been changed. Well, guess what? Targeting characters... Pagan. Targeting characters need to be changed. Because now you can still hide a guardsman in a box, in a crate, and Gulliman could be stood there, and you can't shoot him. You can't shoot at a Primarch because there is a guardsman in a box. Okay. I can deal with that because it's been like that for a while. Your boy Apollo says, feels like Blood Angels took a big hit with the Upon Wings of Fire Stratagem and Fly Charge. Yes, exactly. Yes, indeed. Okay, so as much as I don't agree with it, I think Grey Knights against Demons. I mean, obviously Grey Knights are in a terrible position right now, but I mean Grey Knights doing 3 damage smite that never suffers a minus is a bit terrible. It's a bit broken, but there you go. It's been like a summit. The favorite part of the Hobbit. Yes, Adam. Yes, indeed. If you want to enjoy a nice, honest chat about the FAQ that isn't going to be salty, you're in the wrong place, I'm afraid. I don't mind all that much since Galeman isn't used anymore, and Rick and Morty are big and fat and get shot from her head. Yeah, true. I mean, you don't use Gulliman because they're too expensive, but it's just like, it's just stupid. Okay, tactical reserves have been changed. So this was introduced in March. Tactical reserves basically meant you couldn't deep strike outside of your deployment zone in turn 1. Some rules did get around it, including Raven Guard, Alpha Legion, and Genestealer Cults. But there's still a beta reserve rule because they have changed it once again. So, following feedback, we are changing Tactical Reserves beta match play rule proposed in Spring 2018 update, which was itself an update to an existing match play rule in Warhammer 40k rulebook. The original wording in the Warhammer rulebook restricting number of units that could arrive during the game to your half of your army, but is intent as half your army strength. The first beta version of this rule clarified to half the power level of your army, but as match play games typically use points instead of power ratings, we have clarified that it should be instead the half of points value of your army. Yeah, this is fine because no one uses power level unless you are playing with 9-year-olds in your gaming store, right? Nah, I'm kidding. So power level's hardly used really. I don't know why it's used for summoning, to be honest, except for the fact it keeps the actual mechanic fairly straightforward. But not many people use power level at all. So having power level is quite crucial importance for tactical reserves. Was a bit weird. Also, did you ever actually check your opponent's army to make sure half the power level were on the board? You always counted units, and you kind of made a guess, I guess. But like power level is imbalanced. It's the same as points, but it never gets updated. So did you ever actually check? Probably not. Just like me. Yeah, exactly, Chadwick. No, it's not been updated at all. I thought it was points from the start. Just stupid. It's really so exactly. Tactical reserve can't infiltrate ranges anymore. No, you can't. But also they got changed, dude. So don't worry. Okay, we got the next bit now. Even when limited to half your army, the ability to arrive in the battlefield mid-game remains very powerful. Thank you, GW. It's very powerful. Enabling units that can do so to arrive where they will be most effective while granting them immunity from attacks until they are on the battlefield. Armies that use a heavy proportion of reinforcement units continue to dominate on many gaming tables, which is why we felt it necessary to rein in the power of these abilities in spring 2018. However, our original beta rule, which was limited to units that arrived with reinforcements during the first battle round to being set up within their deployment zone, received a lot of mixed feedback. That was a big sentence. Whilst it did help rein in the power of some armies that use heavy portion of reinforcement units, it also raised a lot of questions from players regarding which units, abilities, powers, and so on were affected. Yes, because there's so many arguments about why I clarified it after one FAQ.
Hello there.
Salt mine, yes. I like how no one realises that this is a massive salt mine. Kitzilla, thank you for the follow as well. I missed the alert, I think. I got an email about it. I don't know. I can't see my alerts now because the chat. Let me move the chats and then I'll carry on. I'm a terrible streamer, by the way. I haven't streamed in months. I'm terrible. Yeah, some players felt it was unfair. Yada, yada, yada. As a result, we're proposing a new version of the beta rule that is designed to rein in the power of reinforcements, heavy armies, whilst also maintaining a more narrative theme. I just love narrative theme in a tournament. Narrative tournament, yes. From what I see, focus on deep strike have been doing well. They've been okay with units. Yeah, exactly. Okay. We also felt that because it's so different that we should re-release this as a new beta match play. Yada yada. So, Tactical Reserves, the new beta rule that overwrites the previous beta rule. That is just stupid, but there you go. Instead of being set on a battlefield during deployment, many units have the ability to set up in the teleportariums, in high orbit, in ambush, etc. in order to arrive in the battlefield mid-game as reinforcements. When setting up your army during deployment for a match play game, at least half the number of total units must be set on the battlefield, and the combined points value of all units must be set up during the deployment, including those that have been battled with transports that set up on the battlefield, must be at least half your army's total point value, even if every unit in the army has an ability to allow them set up elsewhere. Who are you again? Hi, Honoured First. How you doing, babe? Okay, that is fine. Short ass dwarf midget. There's a list, pretty much. Furthermore, in match play games, units that are not placed in the battlefield during deployment in order to arrive on the battlefield mid-game as reinforcements can arrive during the first battle round. Fine. Fine. Finally, any units on the battlefield during the third battle round counts being destroyed. Okay, this I am actually totally fine with. Okay, this is one of the few things I've read which is good. So basically what this means is you can't deep strike turn 1 at all. If you are set up in reserves, you come down turn 2. It's much like 7th edition. So if you want to put your 3 deep striking Ravagers in reserve with Screaming Jets, then, you know, it's turn 2. It's not turn 1, because what you saw was a lot of the combat units which were deep striking didn't come down turn 1. They came down turn 2 unless you're getting offensive in your opponent. And then you saw a lot of the gunline stuff that was getting deep struck. What was I saying? Yeah, a lot of the gunline stuff, which deep struck, basically just went in reserve if you didn't go first. And then, yeah, just came down turn 1 and just shot you anyway. Doesn't matter. You're just protected now. A big combo which has been nerfed now was basically Eldar players setting up all their cool stuff. And then if they didn't get first turn or got seized on, they played Phantasm, which lets you move so many units in as a deployment, as a redeploy, and then you'd use Cloud Strike or Screaming Jets to put units into the sky, into Deep Strike, so they can't get alphaed, basically. So, yeah, that was the reason. I'm totally fine with this rule. This makes sense. Okay. So, guys, here it is. 1 second. Has anyone got a hammer and a nail? Because we have the Dead Space Marine Codex. I'm just going to throw that away. It's actually crap. Okay. If you're using Tactical Reserves beta match play rules, the following are to apply. By the way, I kept all my codexes down here so I can throw them all away as they die. Space Marines, page 197. So originally this strategy, I couldn't do it without the word, to be honest. Originally this stratagem, basically you put units in the shadows, and then before the first turn begins, you basically got to place them more than 9 inches away, which is basically the only tactic that Space Marines have other than castling, right? And yeah, they've basically killed it with one fell swoop. Can you remember when Raven Guard were just dominating big events and, you know? Not only did your advice, but so did mine. Thank you so much for the sub. Guys, we are live on both Twitch and YouTube right now, and we are salty in both places. I apologise, I'm just turning all the music down. There's always one alert in there that's just an actual pain in the ass. Okay. I apologise. So, I apologise, Organ UK. It's blocked it because it's swearing, but rip my phone speakers. Thank you so much for the sub, Kitzilla. You're an absolute legend. Okay, so basically, use this stratagem when you set up a Raven Guard infantry unit from your army during deployment. At the start of the first bar round, but before the first turn begins, you can move that unit up to 9, guys. I'm just triggered. I'm getting bananaed. I don't know where the sound's coming from. And another sub. Honoured first. Thank you so much for the sub. Hopefully that's not as loud for everybody. This is the Salt sub stream. This is the worst stream ever. I actually hate my life.
8 man.
Thank you so much for this. I'm actually crying. Guys, if you don't know, the alerts and stuff are coming from Twitch. So when we used to stream on Twitch, we had banana alerts. We had alerts for subscribers. So thank you very much, Honoured First, and stuff and things. So if you want to watch a stream normally, then you watch it on YouTube. If you want to annoy me, then you watch it on Twitch. So guys, you know, when you're playing Raven Guard, you get to move 9. You get to move 9. What the actual hell? Honestly. Right? Why? What? This is actually stupid. I'm just going to move on. Chaos Space Marines. Use this stratagem when you set up an Alpha Legion infantry unit from your army during deployment. At the start of the first bar round, but before the first turn begins, you can move that unit up to 9. What? Why? Guys, basically, Gulliman, Red Booty is coming back because I tried to reinvent the Space Marine Codex. I tried to do something else. But no. No. Wait till Jay finishes work, then Mohawk is going to be so pissed off. And look at that. Styges 8 as well. The actual only 3 viable ways to play those 3 codexes. It's just dead. It just died. Because they were obviously winning every tournament. They were obviously a problem army. Guys, why are GW not fixing the problems? Hi LT Demps. How are you today? Are you okay? I am not salty in the slightest. I am very calm. I'm very good today. I've actually had a terrible day. Hi, Rugracks. It's actually terrible, Rugracks. Guys, if you don't know LT Demps, he's actually from Morehammer on YouTube. Him and Winters are absolute lads. They do DZTV and stuff. Go and check him out. Go and I'll give him a follow on YouTube or subscribe and what have you. And there's also Rugrax, which is a guy who works with The Honest Wargamer, or Rob from Warhammer Live, as he's formerly known. Make sure you go check them out as well. Because I'm sure they've got their own opinions that you want to hear that aren't as salty as mine because they don't play Raven Guard. I love you too, dude. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's just keep going. Graph Worlds. Change the last sentence of the Elite Knight Spear and Rangers. Appear unbidden. At the end of any of your movement phases, this unit can emerge from the webway. Set this unit up anywhere on the battlefield that's more than 9 inches away from enemy models. So you've nerfed Rangers completely to turn 2. Filming tonight, my man. Nice, dude. Why are Rangers nerfed? I hate Eldar, but why did they get nerfed? Honestly, what are you doing? The Incarn, when you set the Incarn, set up in waiting rather than on the battlefield. Okay. Rangers were OP as fuck. No, they weren't. Gotta go to bed. Thanks for tuning in, Redstone Gamer. Okay. Here we go. We got another one for you, boys. We're also introducing the following 2 new beta match play rules: prepared positions and tactical restraint. As with our previous beta match play rules, do let us know what you think. I think it's crap. Prepared positions is a stratagem that is available to the player who has a second turn in the game. Often taking the first turn gives a player a distinct advantage, enabling them to target and shoot their opponent's units before they can react. This stratagem gives the player's second turn a chance to better weather that storm. Listen, Tom. Right, honestly. Wave Serpents with a 2-up on turn 1 is actually bullshit. Tactical restraint is a new rule that limits the rate at which command points can be regenerated through the battle via warlord traits, relics, etc. Harlequin Demons would love that second stratagem. Love that stratagem. Yeah, they are. With the increase in total number of command points available to all armies that we introduced in Spring Update, we increase the number of command points that battalions and brigades gave the player. These types of rules were made commensurate. I don't even know what that word is. Commensurate. I mean, I think that just means better. It's just a fancy word to say better. Alright. This match play rule attempts to correct this, ensuring that your pool of command points remains a precious resource. Okay, we're going to agree with 50% of these following rules. Guess which one I agree with. And hey, have a combat. I mean, ultimately, it is what it is. We have to get on with it. Hobby heresy, of course. Obviously, this is the game. We can't change it. We can give our feedback about stuff we do and don't like, and it potentially gets changed. However, I can have a bloody good bitch about it on the way, right? My beautiful G's gonna go, why? They weren't bothering anybody. Exactly. So, prepared positions. The player has a second turn. The first battle round has access to the following stratagems. 2 CP. Correct stratagem. Use this stratagem at the start of the first battle round, but before the first turn begins. Until the end of the first turn, all units from your army that are wholly within your deployment zone, other than Titanic units, receive the benefit of cover, even while they are not entirely on or in a terrain feature. A unit that is already receiving benefit of cover gains no additional benefits from this stratagem. Just don't forget the popcorn. Yeah, exactly. Why are you doing this, GW? Why? Why do you hate everybody? If you go first against 2+ save Wave Serpents, honestly. They drop me damage by 1. That have a 6-up save against all damage. 2+ save. -1 to hit. Hemlocks, -2 to hit. Rugrats, just don't rub it in, dude, honestly. Dark Reapers, you know, they're not on the battlefield. Don't be daft. Because Blood Ravens were OP, exactly. What are you doing, GW? Why are you doing this? Please stop. Yeah, for 4 CP. No, I mean, like, Dark Reapers are never going to be on the battlefield, right? Okay. Tactical Restraint. So this one, again, to take, you know, to take the good things out of what they wrote in this document, Tactical Restraint isn't that bad. I actually agree with it. It's a super nerf to CP farming. Yeah, exactly. So they've done a super nerf to tactical CP farming. I apologise, guys. I'm actually terribly ill. So there are several warlord traits and relics and abilities to give you a chance to gain or refund command points when you or your opponent either spend a stratagem or spend command points to use a stratagem. In match play games, each player can only gain or have refunded a total of 1 command point per battle round as a result of such rules, regardless of the source. So it kind of goes on to say that it ignores certain things that say you get so many CP back, like the Player of Twilight, which is the Harlequin one, which gets you so many back depending on what the stratagem costs. So that basically becomes super good, but it's also completely random. But every other CP farm is limited to 1 point per turn, per battle round. Yeah. Yeah, so Rise Gaming says on Twitch, he says, yeah, currently Eldar just got stronger. The CP farming hit means the list that hard countered suffered. Yeah, exactly. So it definitely feels like, from my point of view, is that a lot of the Eldar lists that which were problem lists haven't taken too much of a nerf, except for the fact that Fly got nerfed. Yeah, like a lot of the, you know, Smash Captains and Castellans got nerfed. And yeah, to be fair, that was crap as well. They should have both got nerfed, not just one. So the double guard farm is still a thing, yeah. Okay, so interim balance review. Further to above match rules, we decided to make a number of smaller errata to enhance the balance of Warhammer 40,000 based on community feedback. As errata, these are effective immediately and detailed below. So Warp Surge, I actually don't know what the change is here. I believe I have the Demon Codex here. Do I have it? Do I have it? No, Neil's taken it. I don't actually have that. But it says, use this stratagem at the start of any phase. Select a unit of demons from your army until the end of the phase. You cannot reroll save. It's a reroll saving throws. But its invulnerable save is improved by 1 to a maximum 4+. So, yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, if you could do Zidlate, that'd be good. So, and then in the Blood Angels Codex, upon Wings of Fire, change commander stratagem cost to 2 CP. This one, totally fine. That's fine. It was 1 CP to let you deep strike within 9 on turn 1. Super good. But yeah, that's not too bad. Oathbreaker Guidance System, which is basically the shield breaker missiles that could let you target characters or anyone on the board with no line of sight, has gone from 2 CP to 3 CP. Again, totally fine. Order of Companions is the the House Raven stratagem for Imperial Knights, lets you reroll all rolls of 1, which was clarified that you can roll D3s of 1 as well, which means when you roll a D3, a 1 and a 2 do count as 1. That's gone up to 3 CP. Again, it's not too bad. Couldn't reroll anyway. I can't wait to read the Raven Guard one. I've already read it. Did you not see me get angry? To max is 3+. Right, okay. Agent of Vet, change command point cost stratagem to 4 CP. So what they've done there, they've actually made a little errata. Says this stratagem cannot be used if there are no Cabal of Blackheart units from your army on the battlefield. Which is super good because it means it's finally clarified that you can't have like no units on the board and still use a strat. If you want to take 1 unit of Blackheart to get it, if you kill that Blackheart unit, then they don't get that anymore. Or Warp Surge with a max of 3+. Okay. Thanks, boys. Okay, and that's the end of the big FAQ 2. So we're only up to about here of salt. You know, about here. I can send you a link. It is on the Warhammer community page. But then there's a link to the big FAQ, if you would so wish. Want it? Right. That's not it. Where's the big rule book? Look how many we've got open because there's so many changes. I apologise for the flickering. Wait for it. We want the rule book. There we go. No salt in my eyes yet. Kill Team FAQ is also up. I haven't actually played Kill Team, so that would be fairly pointless me reading that. One day I plan to read it, but currently, no, I've not actually watched it yet. Played it yet. Right. Okay. So, rulebook FAQ. Let us have a look. Errata 1. We're only going to look at stuff in magenta. We're not going to read the whole thing. However, moving. Change the second paragraph to read. If the data sheet for a model says it can fly, then during the movement phase, it can move across models and terrain as if it were not there. What does that say? What it says is if you have a jump pack, you can use it all you want in the movement phase. However, every other phase, get on your feet because you're bloody running. You can walk there, lazy. Stop, get off the bike and walk. You know? I can just see it now. Custodian's jet bike screaming across the battlefield, right? They're just screaming. They've got the spears. They're jousting. They're just like gunning down everything. Ah! Ah! And then gets to the charge phase. What they do, they get off the bike and they just pick it up and carry it. It's like, pff, nearly out of fuel, boys. Can't waste it. Ah. And that is he's actually just changed the entire game. That part right there. Yeah, exactly, Austin. Magnus at his enormous base, however. Yeah, exactly. You know, Magnus with his gigantic wings swooping across the battlefield, striking fear into his foes, lightning bolts flying down from his hands and his head. But when it comes to charge, he lands and dawdles in. Where are you hiding the brush? Hi, Gredler. How are you? This is a perfect stream to see me get angry. Man does have warp time. He does still have warp time, Confurioso. However, with warp time, do you fly or do you walk? How do... God damn it. Like, this already needs an FAQ. The FAQ needs an FAQ. Do you walk in the psychic phase if you walk time? You fly as if it's a movement phase. However, in the rulebook, does it not say a charge is a move? Or did it just say you move that so many inches? Alright, well, whatever. You power walk, but I think it says moves in the movement phase. Right, let's carry on. Not talking about charges, talking about warp time. Okay, I'm just saying that with charges, does it not say you move as the movement phase 2d6? I'm just going to ignore that in my games. Well, the great thing about Warhammer, dude, is you can do what you like. Okay. Choose unit to shoot with on page 179. Change 4 sentence to read. Unless otherwise noted, each model in the unit attacks with all of the ranged weapons it is armed with. If a model in the firing unit has any weapons that can only be used once per battle, you can choose whether or not the model will fire that weapon. So, I feel like an easy fix would be you can, when you choose a unit to shoot, you may shoot all of its weapons. You may shoot any of its weapons at any target in range or something like that. Why do you need to say you must shoot every weapon? You must shoot every gun. Make sure you use all that ammunition, soldier. But not if it's only one shot. It just seems stupid. So yeah, basically before, technically it said, when you choose a unit to shoot, you shoot everything, shoot every weapon before moving on to the next unit. But now this clarifies, if you got one use only weapon, much like Hunter Killers or the Scare weapon, then you know, fire all the guns or fire not. It's basically the same except for one-shot weapons. I mean, I don't think there is ever a time. You said it was someone. Yeah, I don't think there's many times where people go, okay, I'm going to shoot my railgun, but I'm not going to shoot my SMS or whatever. Like, it never happens, really, because the whole point of the whole point of the game is to play the mission or kill the opponent. So you just kill the opponent with all your guns. It's only Hunter Killers and getting Overwatch when it was Overwatch it was a problem, because you had your 3 one-shot missiles that you had to shoot in Overwatch if you hadn't shot them already, because you have to shoot all your weapons in the shooting phase or when you've chosen to shoot. And then they changed range weapons as well, because this came up in Nova. Change the last sentence in the first paragraph to read, in either case, at the same time that you choose targets for the shooting unit's attacks, you must declare how you'll split the shooting unit's shots, then resolve all the shots against one target before moving on to the next. No, that's true on the first. So basically what this meant was, if you had something like rotate ion shields or lightning fast reactions, you could declare a target as a unit, but you didn't actually have to declare any weapons that were being shot at the target at the time. And then when you actually came to shoot, you could then declare the weapons. What it meant was you could rotate iron shields with a knight, but if you had more than one weapon, let's say a bolter and I don't know, the Spartan las cannon, that's quad las cannon, you could say, I'm going to shoot the knight, and I'm going to shoot the other knight, and then you go, okay, I'm going to rotate iron shields on this one, and then you go, okay, I'm going to shoot a bolter at that one, I'm going to shoot the 4 las cannons at another one, for example. So they kind of nerf that. So choose targets, in either case, same time, yada yada yada. It's the same for close combat attacks. You choose the weapon, and then you choose the target at the same time rather than one or another. Okay, Witch Hunter. Change the rules text to score 1 victory point. At least one enemy psychic unit was destroyed this turn. I don't think that's actually needed a change. I don't think. I should have probably got my rulebook as well, but there you go. Can I ever skip a phase or part of a phase? For example, if my own team contains no psychic, can I skip the psychic phase? No, you must play all out phases in a turn, and all parts of each phase. In the example you give, your opponent may have rules or stratagem that are using your psychic phase, so you cannot skip it. Has anyone ever skipped a phase? Is that a thing? Really? I don't get it. Why would you want to skip a phase? Well, again, it just feels like a lot of the fixes weren't really fixes. They're just kind of like, just don't make sense. Did that really need clarifying? You always have to have a whatever. If a unit has a strength characteristic of dash, but I need to use that characteristic to resolve a rule, e.g. shooting, web pistols or webbers, the death grip stratagem, what value should I use? Substitute the unit's toughness characteristic for a strength characteristic for a person resolving such rules. Substitute the unit's toughness characteristic. Down a Necron play. Yeah, but you wouldn't skip it as such. You'd always play it, technically. You just don't do anything in it. You never like skip it. I don't get this one. If you have a strength characteristic, but I need to use a characteristic to resolve a rule. Ah, okay. Wow. Okay. It's irrelevant because you can't skip the charge phase to avoid. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, rather than having it not being a rule, does it really need to be clarified? Because a turn is made up of phases, and you can't just like. What I mean is, why would you want to skip a phase? Who in their right mind would say, I'm not going to do the charge phase, so you can't intervene? But that's just me. I like to play. I like even to say the phase if I'm not going to do one. I don't use psychics because they're too expensive in the Space Marine book. And then I'll just go psychic phase, cool, shooting phase. There you go. If a rule allows me to reroll damage of 1, damage characteristic D3, do I reroll the D6 of 1 and 2, that which I'll have to get D3 or only the original D6 result 1. In this case, you reroll a D3 result. So this is kind of clarified for the House Raven stratagem. For Imperial Knights, because it lets you reroll all rolls of 1, and a lot of the stuff has D3 damage. So it kind of clarifies that a D3 isn't a D6 that's halved, it's a D3. So you get 2 results of 1, 2 results of 2, and 2 results of 3. Yeah, true, James, you're right. Yeah, and I've got Spanish flu on it first. I haven't got the lurk. I actually contracted Spanish flu. It's actually 100 years since the Spanish flu was a problem, and I'm fighting the good fight, so you're welcome. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, man? For the purposes of strategic discipline match play rules, our stratagems with identical names that appear in different codexes, e.g. Veterans of the Long War, which is a stratagem of the Chaos Space Marines, Death Guard, and Thousand Suns considered the same stratagem. Thanks, Luke. Yeah, let's clarify. Warp time does state move as if it were the movement phase. Yes, that means in match play games, such stratagems will be used one per phase regardless of their source. For example, if you use a Veterans of the Long War stratagem from Codex Space Marines, you cannot use the same phase from other ones. Yada yada. Kind of makes sense. It's kind of nice that they've clarified that. However, if it has the same effect in different names, you can use it as many times as you like. Must it be the Spanish Inquisition? Yeah. No one expected the Spanish Inquisition in my sinuses. If a unit with a minimum move character is affected by an ability which is changed, move characteristic, do I change both minimum and maximum units? Yeah, I don't. Again, a nice clarification, but it's not really like a biggie. It doesn't make any big differences to the game. If I use a stratagem such as spec scan, Like you're going to use all spec scan these days. No one's going to be playing Marines anymore, GW. You're very silly. Anyway, to shoot with the unit as if it were a shooting phase, there's a restriction on not being able to target a character apply, even though that strategy is used in the movement phase. So you can't target a character that infiltrates behind another unit because character rules. Yeah, whatever. You know, I don't got a match so I can light that shit on fire because it's literally crap. Honestly. Can you perform heroic intervention in your opponent charge phase, even though it didn't go in charge? There you go, that's why you can't skip a phase, boys. Thank you for kind of pointing the error of my ways. Can you perform a heroic intervention during your own turn? Can you imagine? Just like I've got a captain, which I really don't want to die, so I'm not gonna charge him. I'm just gonna put him really close, and then he's just gonna wander in. Wander attack. Yeah, exactly. Is there anything? Oh, there's another one. If a unit uses a rule that removes them from the battlefield and then sets them up again, such as Teleport Homer on Gate of Infinity Psychic Power, does that unit has counted on a move and opposed to firing heavy weapons? This was already clarified, right? Had someone try that on me at Warhorse, which bit? Oh, just move and then intervene. I'm pretty sure this one was already clarified, but there you go. Okay. When a unit has mounts that have a melee profile, for example Thunderbolt Cavalry, can that unit make any attacks they wish to with that mount's melee profile, or can they only make one additional attack? You only make the additional attacks. Okay. Does it not normally say that? Like with the Mauler Fiend? Do we have the Chaos book? Neil, you've taken the Chaos Codex. I could do with that right now. Oh, I've got the Space Wolves. I'm pretty sure it just says make one additional attack. It doesn't say attack with this model. It says make one additional attack. Some of these questions, honestly, it's just like, read the book, man. I went to Iron Priest looking for the dogs. Obviously, they don't have them anymore. It says, after a model on this mount attacks, make its close combat attacks. Sorry. You can attack with its mount. Make 3 additional attacks using its profile. What's hard to understand about that, boys? It says, after this model has attacked, make 3 additional attacks. That's its rule. I like the big FAQ, but I still think they forgot to add the Adeptus Status keyword to the list on the Battle Brothers rule, as you can still have a detachment with any number of Marine Codexes. Yeah. It's just, again, fixing stuff that's not wrong with the game, and then ignoring stuff that is wrong. Can a unit with a fortifications battlefield role control an objective marker? Yes, so long as it is considered to be a friendly unit, such as a building. Note that this means fortifications like the feculent normals cannot control objective marker. So, you know, do you remember the last time you went to war? Alright, I know everyone has. The last time you went to war and you thought, this thing is very important to the war efforts, so we're just going to build a house on it. No, we're going to build a house next to it, right? We're going to build a house, right? It's going to have a nice front room. It's going to have a nice shrubbery. And that will hold the objective for us, because that's how war... Moving on. Moving on. Our teleport homers or infestation nodes friendly models. Can they control objective markers? Honestly, people, what are you doing to me? And his fence like, no, it doesn't count as a friendly unit. It has to be like a thing, like a building that you can get in and stuff. So, you know, a bastion, you know. Honestly, next battle report, don't hold me to this. Next battle report, I'm going to take 3 bastions, right? and we're gonna play I don't know, Ascension or some crap. And I'm just gonna plonk three bastions on the objectives. Organised events. The updated organised event guideline tables restrict the number of times a particular data sheet can be included in your army. A few common questions have arisen from this. Question 1. Some units like Carnifexes and Lehman Russ battle tanks contain up to 3 models each, but after they are set up on the battlefield they each become individual units. How many of these models can I include in my army if I'm using the organised events guidelines for, say, a 2,000 point game? You can include up to 3 units in a 2,000 point game, meaning you can include 9 of these models. So yeah, you can. There's a rule of 3, but you can still take 9 Lehman Russes because why not? Do tactical drones that take as part of upgrades for certain tower empire units count as units for the purpose of organised events, and so to count towards the tactical drones unit fast attack choice. Yeah, they left Talos alone. We're getting there, Tom. Don't you worry. So, number 1, don't agree with. Second one, I agree with. And then third one, our Demon Prince data sheet from the Chaos Space Marines, the Demon Prince of Nurgle data sheet from Death Guard, and the Demon Prince of Zenith's Codex from Thousand Suns all consider different data sheets for the purposes of organised events. Yes, so you can still take 9 Demon Princes. Yab-Yahoo, hey guys, eyes open here. Hey dude, how you doing? Yab-Yahoo is probably one of the organisers, I don't know which one, but one of the organisers for the Alliance Open, which is Dutch GT, which I'm attending in November with Elliot and Dan. We are flying over to Amsterdam on the 17th, 18th of November for a weekend event. I'd be interested to see what you guys do with your rules pack now the FAQ is out, especially regarding the CP regeneration, because I want to start building lists. Because God, need help, yeah. So, that's the rule book. It only triggered me, you know, salt levels were here, and now they're just about here now, guys. Okay, what's next? Death Guard. I think we'll carry on. Are you guys alright? I was until the FAQ came out, and now I'm just triggered. Otherwise, I'm alright, dude. Thanks for popping in. God, we're so weak. They were, you know, they just needed a buff, honestly. There's only one change in the Death Guard Codex. If a unit such as Mortarion is benefiting from both the Blade's Putrefaction, Fighting Power, and the Virtual Blessing of Psychic Power, and a wound of 7+ his roll, how many mortal wounds are inflicted? In addition to normal damage, or is it 1, or is that also doubled? Only 1 mortal wound. Makes sense. You don't double the amount of mortal wounds, you double the amount of wounds. We're scanning live cast tonight too. Perfect, can't wait. I will definitely be there. Craft World. Look at this. Yeah, there's just nothing. The problem codex, and there's just nothing, guys. There's just nothing. It's just great. When using the Phantasm Stratagem, can the Webway Strike Stratagem be used in conjunction to move one of the affected units into reserve? No. So that is the biggest change of the Eldar Codex, because what you saw a lot was the Eldar player deploying, and then if they go first, doing what they can just do whatever. If they go second, they Phantasm to move D3 units, and then they put them into reserve. So you saw this with like Hemlocks and stuff like that, and Crimson Hunters. So yeah, we are untouched, you know. Biggest problem codex in the game, not getting FAQ'd. What does that mean for there's something coming in chapter approved, or does it just mean favoritism? Oh, it's 3 units, not D3. Well, whatever. Even better. Just what you want. At least you can't put them in deep strike now. You can just move them out of range because you move like 500 inches anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, if a character with the Phoenix Gem is targeted by an enemy unit's attacks and these attacks cause several successful wounds, the saving throws are taken one at a time. If the character fails the saving throw and is slain, but the Phoenix Gem causes them to remain in play, what happens to any remaining successful wounds that are allowed? I have no idea what the Phoenix Gem is. Does anyone else know what it is? What the hell is a Phoenix Gem? What do you think of the Chaos Space Marine update? Has there been an update? Because last time I checked, there wasn't one. Shall we have a look? Just refresh. Are you talking about the lack of update, or are you talking about the Alpha Legion? Because I've already had a big bitch about that. Yeah, Chaos didn't get updated since 16th. It's a relic. It just sounds crap. Is it just rubbish? Build time. It's because no one plays Build time, that's why. That's why I don't know what it is. Real things telling all the chili results. Is it a build time? Exactly my point. Yeah, exactly. Phoenix Gem. It's not build time. The first time this model is slain, roll a d6 for each unit. Within 3 inches on a 2 or more, that unit suffers d3 more wounds. Release 1 more wounds inflicted. And it's more the same way as playing single wound. Right, okay. Yeah, rubbish. Yeah, it is. Chadwacky. Doesn't the FAQ just clarify what is currently written and not address changing bad rules balance? Yeah, you'd expect in an FAQ, because don't forget it's an FAQ and errata. So an FAQ clarifies rules, and it's always called the FAQ as a whole. It's the big FAQ. So you'd expect changes, FAQs or questions to be answered that clarify things. However, an errata actually changes the rules, which we've seen with the likes of the Raven Guard, the Alpha Legion Stratagem, and stuff like that. So, as it is an FAQ and an errata, do they still call it that? No, it's just official update. So you get errata as the first one. I'm pointing, but you can't see where I'm pointing. You get errata here, and then you get FAQ. Yeah. So they call it FAQ, but it is an errata as well. Gather changes. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube, dude. Ah, so which one's Yahoo then? Hi CJ. How are you? Welcome. This FAQ is not big. I mean, killing Raven Guard is pretty big, Tom. In my world, in my Leviathan world, it's pretty big. Oh, I thought this was a big FAQ update and not an errata one. So basically, they call the FAQ an FAQ, but it's actually an FAQ and errata. So they do both. Pretty good, mate. Shot by the FAQ. Honestly, me as well. Is it just me to clarify common sense stuff? Like, nothing actually changed. 140k. There is a lot of common sense stuff, yes, but now it's official common sense. Right, okay. Thank you for that copy, Moon Tyranid. In actual... Hi, Denny. Hey, Denny. Can't say that seriously, no. I imagine the Raven is shit. Yeah, it is terrible. What happened to Raven Guard? Basically, Raven Guard before the start of the first turn, you place units more than 9 inches away anywhere on the battlefield. Now it is you can move 9 inches. I've only just got it out of my system. I've only just forgotten about it. Okay, we're back. Hi, welcome. We're on a couch enjoying a pizza and watching you process all of it. I mean, it's getting harder. Astra Militarum. We're going through. We've only got like 10 FAQs. At least there's only like 1 or 2 changes each of these books. Is there actually anything in this book? Oh, what weapons are brutes? Renegade, Marauder, squad datasheet equipped with? Yeah, no one uses those. I'm sure there's a... Is this the right change? Because I'm sure there was a change to... I'll check the date at the end. I'm sure there was a change to slab shields and stuff like that. This is the wrong one. Let's just double check. Tankos Roberts, thank you for following, dude. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, man? Astra Militarum. Have another look. Much better. Was I looking at the wrong FAQ? Don't know. Got lost. Okay. Okay. So, Astra Militarum, Tempesta Science. Change first bullet point to read. 1 test from Science may either replace Hotshot Lads going with a Hotshot Lads pistol and Voxcaster or take Hotshot. So that's just clarifying what stuff you can take. No real game change. It just takes... just clarifies what's going on. Have they saved points changes for chapter approved? Yeah, they have. So no points changes this time, not even interim points changes. Because chapter approved, whilst it is September, technically, chapter approved is in 2 months. Ogryn Bodyguard, Slab Shield. Add 2 to armor saving throws for this model. For a model equipped with the Slab Shield, invulnerable saves are not affected. So what you saw is 2+ invulnerable save. Ogryn just like tanking everything. Hey RB Harry, say thank you for following, dude. That sounds terrible through my headphones. Let me try twisting it. There we go. There we go. You know, like when you put headphones in and they're a bit rubbish and then you kind of don't quite get the connection. Anyway. So you give them an invuln and then you'd add 2 to it and you get a 2+ invulnerable with your slab shield. And now neither of them are affected. Ogryn Bodyguards and Bulgrins have both got 2. Add 2 to armor saving throws for a model with a slab shield, but invuln are not affected. Thank you for the host on the first.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
So what are you going to take to the GT now? Oh, mate, I don't know. Honestly, I think I will be taking... I'll be probably emailing you and asking you very politely about using my Blood Ravens as Blood Angels now. Along with Imperial Knights. And a Guard Commander. Reverse rule of 3, yeah. So Joy Rigging, you can only use Stratagem once per turn. So Joy Rigging was basically just heal a tank. Makes sense. Fine. Heresy. Change the rules of text stratagem to read. Use your stratagem in your opponent's shooting phase. When your opponent selects one of your infantry units as target, you can add 1 to the armor saving throws. I believe that already got clarified last time. I don't really see what they've changed at that point. There you go. We know the changes. Let's click that off. We've done that one. We've done that one. Is that the rulebook? Yeah, I'll keep that one open. Dire red, so it's fine. Thank you, Super Moon Lord. Craftwell, we've done that one. We've had a good bitch. Okay, so Imperial Knights basically had their stratagems nerfed because their stratagems are super good. And yeah, with the CP farm, you can basically take anything you want and do what you like and no one cared. But what they've done is essentially made Oathbreaker Guidance System 3 CP, which is the Shield Breaker missile, ignoring line of sight and range or something. They ignored the targeting character rules. So what you saw is just pinging these off at guard commanders and stuff. So now it's 3 command points, which is fine. Order Companions, which is the House Raven stratagem, lets you reroll all rolls of 1. 3 CP, again, that is fine. And the last one is the Tyrannis one, where you get back up like Gulliman. Again, fine. All okay. It's actually an FAQ. This errata is actually one of the few I actually agree with completely. Kind of 3-blade model is super heavy auxiliary attachment qualities and burdens, yes, because it didn't quite clarify that, because if you have super heavy auxiliary, you don't get the benefits of a house. You still get the keyword, but you don't get the benefits, but there you go. If an Imperial Knight charges in its turn, destroys the unit it's declared charge against, then it consolidates into a new unit that it did not declare a charge against. Can it use a death creep stratagem? No. I'm curious to the wording of the stratagem to see if this would ever have come up. Because it said you make a single attack, but I thought it would just roll a dice. Unless it says just make a hit roll, then that makes sense. Death grip, where are you, bro? Death grip uses stratagem, you can like fighting, resolving an additional attack. Yeah, okay. So if you don't get charged by it, then you can't attack, which is quite interesting because it means if you heroically intervene into an Imperial Knight, you can't get death gripped. We're also considering lists we're taking to Swedish GT. Are you going to? Is it Malmo? That one? Because I know I got invited to that one as well. If an Imperial Knight with a Strike Gauntlet or Paragon Gauntlet or Freedom's Hand destroys enemy unit, vehicle, monster, and I roll a 4+ to inflict more wounds on nearby unit, are those inflicted immediately or after I resolve my natural many attacks? Pick the enemy unit, then resolve. That's a bit weird. Malmo. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, I think either my friends are running it from Scattered Dice or they're just going to it. I can't remember now. If a model is equipped with 4 shield breaker missiles, how many can it fire each turn? 1. Was that not already? Did it not already say that? This is why I've kept the codexes next to me so I can be like, what? Again, why do you need an FAQ for it? Let's focus on the important faction Necrons. It says, each Shieldbreaker missile can only be fired once per battle, and a model can only fire 1 in each turn. If a model's equipped with 4 Shieldbreaker missiles, how many can it fire in each turn? Does that apply to kill missiles too? No, it doesn't, mate. It's just Shieldbreaker missiles. Because has the stipulation of you can only fire one per turn. You can obviously fire 4, CJ, obviously. I suppose if you really read it with your eyes like half shut. Okay, let's read it with our eyes half shut. It could say this. I'm getting there. Shield breaker. Each shield breaker can be fired only once per battle, and a model can fire only one each turn. So maybe you say, well, you've got 4 of them, so I can fire one each turn from all 4. Maybe I'm drunk as a skunk, yeah. Yeah, well. Again, something that it's just obvious if you read your book. I'm actually salty, so I'm just bitching. And I've just got to a point where I'm just like, this is actually stupid. Tyranids. I don't have the Tyranid Codex, so I've got no idea about this. Pathogenic slime. Use this stratagem and start your shooting phase. Is that the +1 damage? Pathogenic slime, if anyone can confirm. I believe that is +1 damage. Does instinctive behaviour ability apply to Tyranids units while they're embarked within the fortification? Yes, that means you must subtract 1 from the hit rolls for that unit when shooting at any target other than the assemblable unit. Kind of makes sense. I think for some of these, you have to think these are kind of questions some much younger players are asking. Maybe. We're rubbing pizza on the TV to take off the song. Oh, mate, activate that cheese without salt, dude. Honestly. Yeah, okay. As long as it's the right stratagem, that's a good fix. Because what you'd have is people shooting weapons, hit, wound, armor saves, and then when it finally gets through, going boom, pathogenic slime +1 damage. So yeah, I like that. I mean, it'd be nice if it was when you select a unit, but start the shooting phase is start the shooting phase, right? Okay, what's next? Xenos 1. Did this actually get changed? Oh, this is an interesting change. So with this one is the interesting one because I was completely wrong about it. A Optimus Primer. So, can you remain the Vizark or the Yinkan have a Warlord trait? If so, what Warlord traits can they have? Yes, they can only have one of the Warlord traits in the rulebook unless you're playing expansion. Yada 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 yada. Which is still in the rulebook, by the way. People like me who would say, yeah, has it been ever kids? It must be okay. The Chad Walkie are a terrible person. Looks like Yanari tweaks, yeah. So that's fine. A lot of people didn't realise, but whilst, for example, in this example, I'm just going to use Craft World just so we don't confuse ourselves. Did they remove the rule of 3? I don't see it mentioned. No, they haven't removed the rule of 3. What they've done is they've basically confirmed that Demon Princes, Lehman Russ's kind of effects get around it. So yeah, you unlock the Craft World Warlord traits because you're a Craft World detachment, but you aren't a Craft World character, and you must be the Warlord, so you can't take the Warlord traits. So yeah, this is an interesting one because, as far as I was aware, the previous FAQ clarified that Yanari could use the stratagems, but they didn't unlock them. They didn't give access to, as the Codex states, which the FAQ didn't state. It said you could use them. So when you make a Craft World detachment or any detachment, if you have a detachment that isn't an auxiliary support, you gain access to the following stratagems. It says that in every book, right? And then the FAQ for Yanari said, if you have a Yanari detachment, which is all Craft Worlds plus a Yanari character, you can use the stratagems. Two very different clear different wordings. So there's quite a few arguments, especially from me, that said, who I was from the understanding is, as a Yanari detachment, you can use the strats, but you don't actually unlock them. You need another detachment to unlock them. However, they have clarified this now. It says, if you include your Vray, the Vizark, and the Incarn in the Craft Worlds you carry a Harlequin detachment, do I still have access to all the stratagems in that detachment's codex? Yes, provided the detachment in question is not an auxiliary support. So you kind of clarified that. So, to everyone I've argued with, I hold my hands up. I was wrong. I apologise. If your Vayne, the Vizark, or the Yunkai is my Warlord, do I still get a free relic, for example? If your Vayne is my Warlord, as a part of a Harlequin detachment, does she count as a Harlequin unit for the purpose of giving one Harlequin character in Miami Enigma of the Black Library? Luke, be quiet, right? I don't like it. I've held my hands up. What more do you want? No, you can have include if your army includes the appropriate attachments. Use prize, dark city, treasure, craft world, enigmas, and black library to give relics. So basically, you unlock the warlord traits, but you can't give them. You unlock the stratagems, but you don't get the free relic because your warlord isn't a craft world character. Totally makes sense. Otherwise, all fine. Right, Liam, we're at Necrons now. Got in. We're ready. Necron update. Canoptek Wraith's Wraith form. Change its ability to read. Models in the unit have a 3+ invulnerable save. During the movement phase, models in this unit can move across models in terrain as if they were not there. Models in this unit can shoot and charge if they fell back this turn. What does that mean? It means that not only were fly units affected, any units that get a fly type of rule, such as Wraith form or Harlequin flip belts, cannot move over models during the charge phase. They can only move over during the movement phase. Do I agree with this? No. I don't like the change. I think it's a terrible change because why would you walk with your jetpack or your Wraith form? But there you go. That's what it is. Monolith Eternity Gate. Yes, because all those people using monoliths. Ron versus is ignoring that too. Change the penultimate sentence of this ability to read. Settle the unit that is wholly within 3 inches of this and more than 1 inch away from any models. The unit should be settled, cancel this and marked from a transport for all use and purposes. Again, I don't even know what the difference is. I don't have the Necron Codex. I don't even care what the difference is because no one uses monoliths because they are terrible. So again, the Night Scythe got changed in the same way. You count as disembarking. Fine. Okay, I'll live with that. Dark Angels. Hunt the Fallen. Do I have the Dark Angels Codex? Haha, I do. Not quite a dead Codex, but probably going to die fairly soon. Did you enjoy that? Because I'm not. Space Marine Codex is already dead, so. Hunt the Fallen is a stratagem. You just start the battle. Select an infantry character in your opponent's army. That model is expected to know the whereabouts of a fallen, but will not give up secrets easily. Increase the model's attack character by 1, but reroll failed hits against that unit in the fight phase. In addition, reroll failed charges. Used to be set up, not disembark. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, so they did do a Chaos Marine update. Brilliant, Gamemat.eu. Brilliant. So basically, was that worth? Did that need to be changed? Honestly, it says use it at this start at the start of the battle. Now it says use your stratagem and start the first battle round when the first turn begins. Whatever. If an Armorium Cherub is removed after relearning a weapon, can a model use its Narthesium ability to return to the battle? Yeah, it's not a model. It's a token. Oh, so this is all an update now. Look, they've actually made a print-friendly warlord traits for you, everybody. That's not quite print-friendly because can you read that, honestly? You print that out, you can't read it. On our new Codex review, John Scrivens, our artist. Well, probably everybody's artist at this rate. But an artist that did our one of our t-shirts actually made a print-friendly version where everything's in black text. It's great. So, Logan Grimnard's still around and gained the cavalry keyword, so he still can't use the chapter tactics of +1 to hit. Arjak got battle leader because he is, it makes sense. Rune Priest can take power swords. 30 seconds to read, so I know Pumpkins have character keyword. Oh, that's pretty cool. So Ragnar Black Mage's 2 little dogs can be going in the transport, which is nice. And they can't get targeted. It just looks like they've just missed a hell of a lot of keywords and wallet traits from the book. Battle leader. I believe a battle leader is the captains. Have a look. Oh no, it's Wolfguard leader, isn't it? We'll get there. Rune Priests. Wolf Priest. Arjak Rockfist. Game battle leader. We'll get there, honestly. Okay, back to Salt, pretty much. Wolf. Oh no, it's Wolf Lord and battle leader, isn't it? Yeah, so Wolf Lord are the captains and battle leaders are the lieutenants. So Arjak is a lieutenant. Interesting. Well, there you go. That's something you didn't know. Not that it makes much of a difference, I don't think, unless there's a particular stratagem that says affects Wolfguard battle leaders. Well, there you go. One is reroll hits and the other is reroll wounds. Pretty much, CJ. One is reroll hits, the other one reroll wounds. Yeah, no, I was just I can't remember which way round. Let's get building. This ability is not cumulative with it. Yeah, so you can't like ignore damage twice. Great Wolf Claw became 3, which is decent. 10 seconds to spend single friendly Space Wolf unit within 6. The Rune Priest can really shoot after the enemy. We must subtract 1. Ah, so that got nerfed? Because basically, all spec scan is crap. But the Space Wolves similar stratagem was basically the same as the Eldar one. But now it looks like they might have nerfed it. What's it called? Chooser of the Slain. Have they actually changed it? A single friendly unit. It says single friendly unit, and now it says single friendly Space Wolf unit. Oh, that would have been so oh, that is terribly good. Can you imagine, like, oh look, my Rune Priest can see your fucking thing deep striking, so I'm going to shoot my Imperial Knight at you. That would have been hilarious. Oh, I can't believe I never noticed that before. Because look, it says single friendly unit. Can you see? No. No, you can't. Where has it gone? Choose with this lane. That, I can't, that one. Yeah, just like a Castellan interrupting. That would be, oh, I can't believe I missed that. That would have been hilarious. That would have made the Codex preview amazing. That just clarified the long fangs one. Scrub. Yeah, pretty much. See those naglings over there? Yeah, boom. Stag of the Majesty. So on the page that you have to print out yourself. Where is it? Stag of the Majesties. What's it changed? It changed the last sentence to read. In addition, if you want this character, increase the range of any aura abilities by 3 inch. Excludes explodes, healing balance, battlesmith, warlord traits. This warlord trait, so it doesn't increase Saga of Majesty. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. I'm back. Are you still salty? It's not about my army anymore, so I'm not really that salty. Combat shield's been added. If I replace a Bulgard Terminator Stormbolt with a Cyclone Missile Launcher and a Stormbolt from the Terminator Heavy Weapons kit, can I subsequently replace the new Stormbolt with an item from the combat weapons list? Yes. Yeah. Does Lone Wolf Stratagem have to be used at the end of the phase, in which one may use to reduce last model? No, it can be used at any point. Cool. Well, the Red Sea called Neil. They wanted Mikey to return the soul. If Ragnar Black made is the army's warlord, do Sagnagle for gain the benefit of Sagnagle Wolfborn warlord trait. Nice. So everyone gets it because they're all the same unit. Army armor must release 4 charging units to attack after all the units have done so. Yes, unless that. Yeah, so basically, except for like a little bit of clarification, not a lot of changes. Right. Imperial armor. Index forces are Adeptus Astartes. Chaplain Dreadnought can no longer take relics. That's a shame. Wolfen can embark on transport. That's about it. Leviathans didn't get hit. Thank the Lord. But the rest of the Codex did. Screw the Lord. Codex Blood Angels. Upon wings of fire got changed to 2 CP. Totally fine. And then it got the same Armorium Cherub ability getting nerfed. Which shouldn't have been a thing anyway, but whatever. Oh. Codex Space Marine. Such a sad song. Do you remember Space Marines, everybody? I remember them. I remember when they were fun. I remember the way where they were slightly viable in a competitive scene. I'm actually crying. I am actually crying. Because I can force myself to cry. I am actually crying, everybody. Have I reviewed the Dark Angels already? Yes, I have, Hendrik. Not a lot has changed. My Codex is so far away because I threw it. I threw it away. Now I'm not taking some requests from Rugrats for what is that? Dickhead. Put it in the loo. Honestly, I've just thrown it. It's just dead. So what did we have changed? Nothing but the Armorium Cherub, but we lost the Raven Guard as a playstyle. So it's basically Ultramarines or stop playing. And don't forget, you have to be blue Ultramarines, not any other colour, if you want to play at GW. I know it was Tom, but I was at least trying. I was fighting the good fight. You know? I was fighting the good fight for Space Marines. I was giving them a bloody good go. What is that thing that even changed? It's just the Armorium. Trying to revive Armorium Cherubs with an Apothecary. Mate, just come to actual big event. I play big events, cheeky. I'm allowed to use Gulliman there, but I was like, you know, no, let's not just castle. Let's play with Raven Guard. Let's try and do the Codex different. Let's play, have an interesting list. I feel sorry for Alpha Legion as well. Yeah, but the heat's up. I play big events. I go to LCO. I go to Northwest Open. I'm trying to get into Caledonia Uprising. Or Revolution, the January one. But they won't let me come in because there's no tickets. I'm going to Amsterdam. Playing real events. Just GW. Just angering me. Anyway, let's get rid. I hate it. I actually hate this song as well, so I'm going to skip it. I can use my Ultramarine, Blood Raven's Ultramarine. Yeah, but I don't want to play Ultramarines because he's boring. It's boring. Everyone that sees it coming. Oh, look, you've got Goleman. You're going to sit in a corner and wait for me. It's boring. Going to the LCO. I might go to the LCO. I'll be honest. I want to go to Cali. Is it Revolution or Rising in January? We will think of you at Cali. Have you thought about playing Codex Space Marine plus Knight and Guard Edition? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I want to go to Caledonian, but if I don't go to Cali, I'm going to LCO. Uprising, there we go. Okay, so Death Watch. Targeted Scramblers. Change the rules of this stratagem to read. Use stratagem after an enemy tower unit. Equip one of these man clients. All right, attack and shoot face. Select one Death Watch unit from your enemy. That's pretty cool. We all know you're a secret girly man lover. You just want to try and be special, which is why you play Blood Ravens from time to time. Oh, you got tickets? Nice, dude. Yeah, they are separate weekends, but I can't do both. I got stuff to do. I've done LCO already. I'd like to do Cali. So Deadly Trap got changed. This is going to be irrelevant in like 2 weeks anyway. Did any orcs get updated? That's quite big. That does clarify some stuff. See, if you're going to reserve on purpose so you don't die, which is nice. Tau Empire. Automated repair system. Do I have the Tau Codex? Oh, I do. Look at that. I am prepared. But, I like being able... Data cards. It's a data card. Oh, the actual card's wrong. Terrible. I don't need to check that. Why don't you just print the card better? How does Save Protocol's ability work when a Tau Empire unit is hit and wounded by a powerful weapon like a las cannon? Let's imagine that a Tau Sept unit is targeted by a model firing a las cannon while a friendly Tau Sept drone is within 3 inches of it. I love it. I just love to set the scene in the midst of battle. I realise I'm not my camera. In the midst of battle, you know, you've got a Tau Sept unit with a Tau Sept drone within 3 inches. I remember that day. The hit and wound rolls for the attack when the last cannon are both successful. The Tau Sept player then rolls 1d6, scoring a 3. This is more than a 2+. Don't forget it's more than a 2+, everybody. So they choose to allocate the wound caused by a light cannon attack to a nearby drone unit instead. Instead of resolving the damage normally against a drone, it's dead. Cool. For purpose of saving protocols, what exactly constitutes an attack? In this context, an attack made with a ranged or melee weapon. Great. Just great. Is a long pulse rifle considered a pulse rifle for person? Nope. If a commander uses their Master of War ability to declare either Kai on a Montcar and a friendly Sept unit that was more than 6 inches away at the beginning of the turn, so quickly moves within 6. During that turn, does that Sept unit benefit from Kai on? Oh, that's interesting. Means you can't use it versus smite. Fair enough. But what is an attack? It's a big question. It's a very big question. What is it? Master of War. Is it after stratagems? Is it before everything? Why do they split the rules up? Just put data sheets and then the rules. Master of War once per battle at the beginning of a turn. Ah, so it is all the units that are within 6 at the beginning. So if you don't want to use it turn 1, you have to prepare for it. Okay, Astra Militarum, we all have already looked at. Harlequins. So, Flip Belt. Got nerfed, again, as did every other unit that has fly. It only works during the movement, you can't use it during any other phase. And guys, I think that is actually about it. We've actually gone through every single updated FAQ. I'm just going to refresh to make sure there's no others. I bet that was asked by the same person who asked if he could scout a bunker. More than likely. Yeah, so we've actually gone through every single FAQ that's come out today. Except for the Kill Team one, if you're interested. Cool. No, you haven't. Which one have I not? Have I missed, Tezza? You missed Xeno Armory. Did he get an update? I don't think that one got an update. Because the Chaos one didn't. I'm looking for a Wraith Knight. It's not on the list. Oh, it's not here. Oh. That means they're probably just deleting all the erratas and just making it broken again. Have you got a link? If you got a link, that'd be great. If there's any FAQs I missed and someone to send me a link before I go, I'm happy to go through them. But otherwise, I'm going to go be salty alone in a corner and probably just cry about 40k and my army. Because it's just terrible. It's actually terrible. Yeah, so the Xenos one is missing. Have you done Dark Eldar? Don't think so. Shall we do it? Where's Dark Eldar gone? It's missing. Am I going too fast, guys? Death Guard, Craft World, Guard, Knights, Tyranids, Xenos, Necrons, Dark Angels, Space Wolves, Space Marines, Blood Angels, Space Marines, Death Watch, Xenos. The Dark Eldar aren't there. It looks like they've been taken down. We're going to be laughing. Am I being stupid, or have they it's actually moved? Because I remember I saw that one earlier. It looks like a couple of the Xenos ones have gone, because obviously they've had months to do this, so they actually haven't even finished it yet. Nick Navati's rundown has just gone live. It's probably way more interesting. Way more interesting than mine. Did you just skip everything chaos? Well, there's no chaos here. I'm sure I went through chaos because that's the click on the filter for me. See what A to A to Z. That's what I had to do. Okay. Bottom left. Has this been updated today though? Oh yeah, it has. Agents and vets got changed to 4 CP, and you must have a Blackheart stratagem. Blackheart unit to use a stratagem. Fine. I mean, 4 CP is super expensive, and now you're going to get 1 CP back, so vet has been nerfed quite big, but it's still super good. Do I have the Dark Eldar Codex? Sorry, Ducati. No, I don't. Cool. Can the Vexo relic force a charging unit to attack for all units of attack? Done so. Get Vex to Vex, yeah. Yes, unless you choose to fight, lose the fight first in combat phase. Had to post to WhatsApp. I'll go through and check them all then. If the Succubus is given a Serpentine combat drug, does its weapon skill increase by 1? If so, does Succubus still hit on a 2 plus roll of attack? I have subtract 1. Oh, yeah, because you get +1 then -1 again. It goes back to 2 plus. Is that it? If Elliot Campbell unit by eyes battle, so that just it says it there, guys. This is there. Whatever. Check the Xenos. Let's just check this one. Make sure there's no changes. No. Check the Xenos one. Imperial armor. It's definitely not there, so let me open WhatsApp. Apologise, guys. It's all Terry's fault. Xenos. Did anything get changed? Don't have a burst cannon. Change the name to another burst cannon weapon. Everything is a twin swift strike burst cannon. How did they nerf them? Because they changed the weapon to heavy burst cannon. When's that? What's the change with Renegade Knights? I'll have a look in a minute. I know that Renegade Knights can summon demons now. Which is stupid. By renaming the weapon. Does it mean you can't use the strats on them now? Ah, right. And the following abilities. So, as long as your wall is Eldar, you can clearly use the patrol battalion or outright detachment, even if that detachment contains no HQ units. However, if you do so, that detachment command base changes on, so you can finally use Corsairs! You can finally use Corsairs, everybody! Hooray! Hooray! I mean, they weren't broken or anything. Well, to be fair, they weren't. But now you can finally actually use Corsairs, much like you can Assassins and stuff. There are no data sheets for Corsair Venom Falcons. Use Venom Falcon in Xenos 1 or appropriate Codex. Sons of Warlords Eldar, you can delete unit and patrol battalion or attachment. Yeah, so basically I've got the same rule. So Corsairs can be taken, you just get no CP for it. Much like the Assassins or the Sisters. Renegade Knights. Kind of Renegade character, summoning units of demons. Yes. Why not? Do you want to keep your Imperial Knight still? Summon some demons, because why not? You got the guy at the back with the double thermal cannon. Summon demons. It gets the same. Sorry. So it gets the same 2 clarifications for the Thunderstrike Gauntlet and the Shieldbreaker missiles again. Yeah, CJ. If you wanna shoot your battle cannons at 72 inch range, just summon some demons. Why not? Is there any others that have been updated? Shall I just go through and check a few pick ones? That's not been updated. I know it says it hasn't, but 28th for the 8th. Why not? Warp Sage got nerfed. That's about it. So it looks like they're not in the right order, but the dates are right. Yeah, I think that's everything. I think that is all of them. We've gone for every single one. How do I feel about it? I think most of it's crap. Again, it doesn't fix the things that are wrong with the game. It just messes around with everything. But, you know, it just means you're going to have to go out and buy a new army. It's never a bad thing, right? It is kind of annoying when you're trying to do something, when you're trying to play a certain style of list. Obviously, what's wrong with the game? CJ. I think I now feel like what Grey Knight players felt like when the first beta rule came in. But what can you do, right? That's the game now. Harriman. So there you go. That was my review of not chapter approved, the big FAQ 2. It was disappointing to say the least. I didn't enjoy it. It was terrible. But yeah, I mean, as I said, that's the game now. This is how it is. We either like it or lump it at this point. They're not, in all seriousness, if I can give my overview, it's not all terrible. Obviously, I'm a bit gutted about Raven Guard because I did really enjoy playing that playstyle. But until chapter approved, Space Marines are still struggling because they're overpointed for what you get, and now they're taking a kind of viable way to play them. Vect getting nerfed is a good change because Vect was super strong and being able to farm off that was a bit ridiculous. So, otherwise, Fly is a huge change. They're probably the 2 biggest changes. It's the guys who ignored the beta deep strike rules, which annoyed everyone who got hit by the deep strike rules, and Fly. They're probably the 2 biggest changes, which are quite interesting. So it's gonna be interesting a few days, a few months, sorry, until chapter approved comes out. Have you talked about the nerf with Challenging Assault Marine? Yeah, I have. I was just saying that Fly getting completely nerfed during the movement phase is just a bit ridiculous. Yeah, I don't like it, CJ, but that's how it is. What's now hit by beta deep strike rules that wasn't hit before? Raven Guard and G-Stealer Cult and stuff like that in Alpha Legion, because they basically got to go outside of the deployment zone turn 1, but technically it was before turn 1. But now that's just got like super hit. Don't be upset, the game has gone through so many changes, and considering the speed GW does updates, it will become better for Space Marines again. Hopefully, dude. Gene Stealers don't ignore it. It says they don't no longer ignore it, didn't it? Oops, wrong one. We've also removed the exemption from Gene Stealer Cults. I just realised you can't see that. Apologies. The 4x1 foot walls everywhere, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so no army actually ignores it now. None at all. Which is interesting. So, I hope you enjoyed that watch. As I said, all jokes aside, there are some interesting changes. It's going to be an interesting couple of months while people adjust. And then there's obviously going to be chapter approved, which is going to change everything all over again. So, don't get too comfortable. So, quite a quick stream actually, not too bad. So I'm actually going to call it there. If you've got any questions or anything you want to chat to me about, then you're more than welcome to catch me on Facebook or Instagram, or you can drop me a message on YouTube and Twitch or whatever. I'm on Twitter. I'm enjoying Twitter at Hellstorm_Mikey. I like Twitter. I like to have a bitch to Rograx. But there you go. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I've been Hellstorm Wargaming. You guys have been fantastic, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Next battle report is going to be out over this weekend, and guess what? It's not going to use the FAQ because I've filmed 4 weeks in advance. So I'll try and get them out as soon as possible. Have a good one, guys. Have a great day.